Tim, third round of the FEI Nations Cup. We're here in St Gallen. First of all, great to see you. What's been happening the last few months with you?
Well, I've been getting myself back into fitness. Back in October the 17th to be precise, I had a riding accident and broke my neck in 3 places. It's quite a serious one, and I was hospitalised for 6 weeks. I was actually immobilised for 6 weeks, so I had a view looking at the ceiling for a month and a half, which wasn't very pleasant. And then it's just been a question of getting back into fitness and getting certain things happening again. I was very lucky, and the care and attention I had in hospital was second to none. But my sort of regime, if you like, this year has been getting myself back to this top level. So it's great to be back here in St Gallen.
How long were you actually off a horse for before you got, what was the period before you could actually ride again?
It was about 5 months. Yeah, it was a long time. It was 7.5 months since I did the accident, so I've been back riding for 2 months now. So yeah, it was a long time off the horse, and a lot of muscle wastage. There was a lot of fitness issues of getting back to health, as it were. And obviously, being immobilised, being laid down for 6 weeks, has its own problems that you have to sort of overcome. A lot of muscle wastage, things like that. So there was a few days where it all felt a bit hard work, but glad to say it's come well.
I mean, only 8 weeks in the saddle, basically, and you're already here at an FEI Nations Cup. Were you expecting to be back that quickly?
It was a plan, but obviously the injury, the nature of the injury is quite a serious one. I think that I've done pretty well. I'm ahead of where I thought I might be, or hoped I might be. But at the same token, it's if I'm going to have a chance of getting in this Olympic Games, I need to be here. I need to be sort of at the sharp end.
Well, let's turn our attentions to this weekend. You're here in the team, in fact, a very traditional team, one might call it, for the British side. What horse have you got here, and what are your expectations this afternoon?
Yeah, it is. It's a very youthful team, and I'm lacking a bit of experience. No, I'm riding Fresh Direct Calico Bay this afternoon. Third man in, looking forward to that position. Yeah, I'm with John, Michael, and Nick, and it sort of feels a bit. It feels like the old days a little bit. But normally it wasn't me in that other position. It was either Malcolm Pyre, Jeff Billington, or Joe Chori. So it's nice to be doing that. Let's hope we can do the business.
Now, of course, you weren't in the first 2 rounds at La Boule and Rome. The Brits didn't actually quite perform how they were expected to at La Boule, but so we're looking for a big win this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, again, I can only concentrate on my own performance, and I'll be absolutely honest with you, I haven't really been watching the other guys. I've got enough problems of my own without having to take anybody else's on, and also what I don't want to do is start to try and put pressure on me or my horse because of other people, what they're doing and what not doing. I can only just influence my own performance, and this afternoon I'm looking for a good performance, and I'm sure the lads are doing the same. So if we all join together and we pull the rope in the same direction, yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you were third to go, and I know that Nick traditionally goes first. Is there tactics in the actual starting order?
Yeah, there is. I mean, your first man out is normally somebody that's got a horse that they know what they're going to do and has a very good plan, or indeed has got a fast horse, because if time's an issue, there won't be much time to know anything about that. So you don't want to be incurring time faults because you sent out a slow horse to start with. So normally the first rider out is either a very experienced, got a plan, or fast horse. And then the other riders gel in, but John always seems to have full spot because there's no better man under pressure. And if we need John at the end, he's the best man in that situation.
As a show, St Gallen here, in a rather colder St Gallen than it was yesterday, but what's this show like for you?
Yeah, it's a very professional show. It lacks that little bit of, for me, it's a little bit square, I have to be honest. I like the show, it's very professional, the ground is fantastic, the facilities are great, but it's a little bit square. I'd like a more, Rome or La Boule or even Hickstead with that tradition and that sort of longevity to it. This feels very precise.
Very Swiss, in fact.
I was just about to say, just very like a Swiss clock.
Well, Tim, obviously you mentioned the Olympic Games. The Di and Rob are here watching from the sidelines, of course, as all. A bit of pressure on the Yule riders. No one knows what's happening yet, do they, for London?
I think there's a couple of riders that have sort of penciled in, but ultimately, yeah, there's all to play for. I mean, again, I've got to watch that I don't start getting too far ahead of that. Today's a big step, and obviously, if I can do 2 very good rounds today, double clear will be excellent, and I'll buy that right now off you. But if I could do double clear today, that'd be great. But we'll have to see how we go and then plan accordingly.
Well, it's tremendous to have you back so quickly after your accident, just 8 weeks in the saddle. Tim, best luck this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.